Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Full Court Press. I am your host, Drew Duncan. Do not forget that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at Drew Duncan83. Additionally, you can find me on YouTube. Simply look for Drew Duncan. And, of course, the Full Court Press is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Guys, I am here with somebody who's no stranger to our program, but he is first time live in the studio with us. He comes in with a 3-3 record, looking to rebound off of his last loss. He's got a lot of things to talk about: football, MMA. His name is Josh Bush. Josh, thanks so much for joining the show again.
What's up, everybody?
First of all, when you walked in the door, you told me to take this shirt off.
I did.
First of all, hell no. Secondly, two teams that you follow very well, the Patriots and the Chiefs. The rematch is set.
I am excited for it.
Will we get the same game that we got the first two games this past season?
I don't think it will be the same game.
Really?
I mean, you got Andy Reid and Bill Belichick.
Right.
Two of the top coaches in the NFL.
Uh-huh. They
have time to prepare for this game. They know what they're looking for, you know. I think it's going to be a blowout one way or the other.
Really?
I think one team, I don't think it's going to be a tight defensive game. I think one team's going to it's to that point now, it's like they got to establish dominance.
Well, the last two games, there was plenty of offensive firepower. We did see the defense make probably the biggest difference in the second game later on. There were some calls that obviously a lot of people didn't like in that AFC Championship game. For me, the bottom line is Tom Brady. Every year we have to have this conversation, right? Is he getting to that point where he's too old? I mean, Is he the ageless wonder? I mean, what's going to happen with Brady this year?
I think he's still on top of his game. I mean, he won the Super Bowl last year. Like, I don't see no quit in him. The way he takes care of his body, the way he promotes everything, you know. He's just an overall stand-up guy, and I think he's doing what he needs to do to be in the league another 5 years.
You know, the TB12 method.
Yeah.
Is that something that maybe you thought about taking on for yourself? I mean, because as a fighter, the wear and tear that's on your body, and that he hasn't been hurt since he's been doing it.
Exactly. He takes very good care of his body, and he has, you know, principles set up to ensure that he can continue doing this for a long time. I can't put a date on it. I don't know how long he's got. You know, I suspect he's going to be in the league until he gets an injury during the game. You know, heaven forbid.
Right. Would Belichick be successful without Tom Brady?
I think Belichick is the coach that can plug anybody in at any position and do well.
But here's the thing, though, right? And this is what I always go over with people when I have that conversation with them. The first year that he was there in New England, they were not a good football team.
No, Drew Bledsoe.
Right. And then the next year, Bledsoe got hurt, but they were already not looking very good when that happened. Tom Brady comes in. I know a lot of people say, well, Matt Castle had success. Granted, they were 11-5. Still didn't make the playoffs, though. So, again, I mean, does that sway your thinking in that way at all? Or do you think Belichick's learned how to just be that good of a coach?
I think Belichick, over the time with Brady, has learned how to work that offense the way he needs to. He knows how to pick apart different teams. You know, so I think, you know, if Brady was to retire next year and they plugged in a new quarterback, I think, you know, the first couple of years, we probably won't make it to the Super Bowl. We probably won't be that dynamic team. But I think you give him time with the quarterback to train him and coach him up, I think they'll always be an unstoppable force with Belichick behind the wheel.
I think the main thing that I do see with Belichick is his off-season moves. I think they're probably some of the best in the NFL, and it's amazing to me that every time they let go of somebody, a lot of times we go, why the hell would you do that?
Right, and then halfway through the season.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I think Wes Welker is the perfect example of that.
Oh, I love Wes Welker. I got 3 of his jerseys at home.
He didn't do so well in Denver, though. So the point for me is, again, the off-season moves, we say no, but yet, for some reason, it ends up working out in his favor.
It's like he's got a time machine. He can look at it. And your time is
up. Moving on to some MMA. We've been seeing a lot of MMA Twitter beef lately, right? John Bones Jones and Conor McGregor and Habib. And are we getting to a point where it's too far? Is this a part of the fight game? I mean, because, you know, we've seen guys, you know, insulting religion, insulting wives. I mean, calling each other bitches. I mean, have we gotten to a point where it's too WWE? I mean, what do you think?
I would say, yeah, on that point, when you go after somebody personally,
right?
It's you're a professional,
right?
And you need to hold yourself to that professional standard. That's me. I don't, I've never been that guy to be like trash talk my opponent. It's all about respect, and that's what I love about MMA. Is MMA is a respect sport. Two men get in there, or two women get in there, and they brawl it out. It's war when you're in that cage. When you're out of that cage, it's friendly. It's business. You don't attack somebody personally. If you're trying to hype a fight, you can talk all the smack you want, but keep it on a professional level.
Is the UFC in trouble without Conor McGregor and without Ronda Rousey?
No.
So in your mind then, who would be, if you're Dana White, who's the person that you're promoting right now as your golden boy? Who's
John Bones Jones.
Really?
Khabib destroyed McGregor. I would put them two on a pedestal. Daniel Cormier. Build them up. They got the fights. They got, Junior Dos Santos just beat, what's his name?
Here in Wichita, that fight, right?
Yeah, he's still got tons of talent, that he could use and promote and put up there on that pedestal that they stepped down from. As a business standpoint, you lose some, you replace them. You keep going with the business. Now McGregor's going to be hard. That's going to be a hard one to replace, because there's nobody else like McGregor.
Well, he's a phenomenal self-promoter. He doesn't even need a Dana White.
Right, exactly. But I definitely think the UFC isn't worried about, I don't think their future is at risk.
For me, though, the negative is you don't have Khabib for at least 9 months, right? Going on, 7 months now, I think is what's led to his suspension. Regardless of what happens with McGregor and all this other stuff, at the bare minimum, it's 6 months for him. Derek Lewis, he just got hurt, and so he's in surgery. So they're looking at 5 or 6 months for me. Because to me, that would have been the guy. Derek Lewis, did you follow him on Instagram?
I haven't.
He is exceptionally entertaining, man.
No, I became a fan. My balls.
Yeah.
I was like, I like him.
Oh man, I laughed so hard when my balls were hot.
He's just one of those guys that gets up there and he's him, He gets up there and
exactly.
It is what it is. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. And that kind of personality is hard not to attach to.
Well, especially coming from just a down to earth perspective, because McGregor is very flashy and flamboyant. Whereas a guy like Derek Lewis, most of the time when you see him in public, he's dressed a lot like you, just t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to a lot of people, perception is everything. And so I think people view Derek Lewis as just kind of being one of the guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody, hey, come over for the football game this weekend.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Have a beer, watch the game, right? Yeah. In terms of UFC, Bellator, one championship now obviously has signed a lot of huge names. Sage Northcutt would be one that comes to mind. Obviously, I interviewed him, so that definitely comes to mind. When you look at all these promotions, to you, who puts on the best overall show?
I like Bellator. I really enjoy Bellator. I have friends who have fought there. That's where I want to go.
Right.
That's my goal set. I don't have goals for UFC. It's too big, too flashy, too much for me. I like, Bellator because I can stay here. I can train at my home gym.
Right.
I can have local fights here. The pay's decent.
Well, and then, of course, you've got David Rickles, who is right here from Wichita, synonymous, obviously, with Bellator. And then, of course, you've been training with a guy by the name of Bryson Knuckles lately. So what's it like working with Bryson?
Oh, he's a savage.
Right.
There is no quit. He does a workout and makes it look easy. I go to do that workout and I'm over there coughing up a lung. Like, that kid's drive is incredible.
Really?
He is focused, super focused, and I'm excited to see him, move up the ranks. He's ranked 4th in the nation right now. I see him going all the way to the Olympics.
Do you think, and understand when I say this, I don't want to take anything away from Nico, but if you were to compare the two, Bryson Knuckles, Nico Hernandez, are we talking about the same kind of future for Bryson Knuckles?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I haven't personally met Nico or watched him box or spar. I've been to their gym and they have a really good gym out there.
Right.
I went up there and sparred with some of their guys out there. And, just talent everywhere.
Right.
But Bryson is next level. Bryson is he sets the
bar.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
When you look at a guy like Bryson Knuckles, what's the main thing that you take away from him?
Humble.
Really?
Very humble, very quiet, helpful. You know, if you go over to him and you're like, hey, Bryson, I'm having trouble with this combo. You know, he's the guy that, you know, he is top level, but he doesn't walk around and carry himself with that arrogance. You know, and that's something that a lot of people at that level don't have. You know, they feel they walk around like they're top of the line and they don't need to talk to guys like me who are getting into it and, you know, trying to build themselves up. You know, Bryson is that guy, you know, all around good, genuine guy.
Is it too soon to maybe compare him to a guy like J.J. Watt? In terms, I mean, that meekness, that humility, that big heart. Really?
You know, and I truly believe when he gets to that stage and he has that money that he is the guy to help out like that, yeah.
Now, you're getting ready yourself for a fight.
I am.
Coming up in June. You're coming off the L. That's always the most difficult thing to do is come off that L. Mentally, you know, you weren't really there the last time. This time, what are you doing to put yourself in the right frame of mind?
I pray a lot. I go to church, you know, for mentally, you know, meditation, just kind of getting taking care of that situation and getting everything kind of nipped in the butt.
Right.
So I can get focused.
What is the biggest takeaway outside of the mental aspect of it, physically, that you look at in your training and you say, you know, this is where I want to really begin to excel, is this part right here? What is it? Really?
Cardio, yeah. You know, it doesn't matter ultimately if I can't go 3 rounds, then I don't deserve to be in that cage.
Well, you are looking slimmed down.
Yes.
I'll give you that. I mean, you are looking trim. What are you down to, like 205, 215?
I weighed in at my last fight at 202. And right now I'm currently 215. So I got about 10 pounds to cut for this next fight.
Who? Look at this guy right here. All I did was look at you, right? What's the weight going to be at?
205.
205. So you're already almost there.
Yeah.
So your walking around weight has changed a lot then.
Yeah, I was 240, 245 before I made that weight cut for the last fight. I cut 40 pounds.
Do you like being at this weight better?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot healthier.
Yeah?
I'm a lot healthier.
You feel better, all those
quicker.
kinds of things? Yeah, right. Quicker, lighter.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're able to still deliver, though, with the same power?
Oh, yeah, more so.
Really?
More so. My punches are more crisp. They're more direct, you know. When I first started out, you know, I did that like lazy jab where I'd throw and drop it down.
Right.
You know, now it's, you know, it's here and straight back.
Right.
You know, the way it's supposed to be. And,
With,
you know,
with the shoulder.
Yeah. And with the weight cut, you know, now I'm walking around at a more healthy, natural weight. I'm not lugging around that extra 40 pounds of fat.
Right.
You know, so it keeps my body, my recovery speed has gone up.
And you know what's crazy is you and I are sitting around at about the same kind of weight, and there's an obvious, we could tell who works out.
Right. Well, also with that, I've got, you know, a few inches on you, which helps.
Yeah. What are you, man? About 6'1"?
6'4".
6'4", really?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Should have been able to see that. My dad's about 6'2". Huh. Starting to get cauliflower ear around there,
I've had cauliflower ear since
Yeah.
high school. You know, Nick busted me in the air a little bit. I'm starting to get it on the inside on this side, too.
Man. Yeah, you know, the old adage is, you don't mess with a guy who's got cauliflower ear.
Right.
Do you concede to that? Is there anything that you'd like to be able to say to anybody that's out there watching right now, Josh?
I just want to give a shout out to the Missing Ink Tattoo in Kansas City. Make sure you guys go see Drew Bryant and get your tattoo set up.
All right, everybody. He is Josh Bush. I am Drew Duncan, host of the Full Court Press. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at DrewDuncan83. When you share this post, don't forget to use the hashtag Don't You Dare Touch That Dial. And as always, don't you dare touch that dial.